Good evening, everyone. This is Jeremy here at Extreme Weather Tracker, updating your tropical weather at 8:55 p.m. on July the 26th, 2011. I want to talk about one area of importance, Invest 90L. It's located here just to the south of Cuba. You can see Cuba here on the satellite imagery, and just to the east of the Yucatan Peninsula, which is located here. Now, the National Hurricane Center is currently giving Invest 90L 40% chance of slow development as the system moves to the west-northwest at around 10 to 15 miles per hour over the next couple of days. The hurricane hunters are scheduled to fly into this tomorrow afternoon to see if it has a closed area of low pressure and possibly classified as a tropical depression at that time. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Now, everyone here in southeast Texas should closely monitor the track of this system as the models have been trending farther north of this system. The first few model runs we had was taking it down into Mexico. Today they moved up into South Texas, now Central Texas, and some of the models are even pointing at Southeast Texas, Southwest Louisiana as a possible landfall coming up on Friday. Now I'll show you this is the satellite imagery. This is infrared satellite imagery taken this evening, and as you can see, nice blow up of convection here just off the tip of the Yucatan Peninsula. Also got some banding features out here associated with this, as this thing is enhancing moisture all across the northwest Caribbean at this time, and this thing is moving off to the west northwest very slowly. It has slowed down somewhat. Now, the latest model tracks, this is the 18Z run. As you can tell, the models are all over the place, all the way from north of Brownsville all the way up to southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana. So at this point, looks like Texas is in the crosshairs. Just pinpointing the exact location of this wave's landfall will be the hardest part to do, as it's not developed at this time. The models are being initiated from this point here, and as you can see, this model here is called the GFDL model. This is probably one of the more popular hurricane models, and it's bringing it into southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana as a tropical storm sometime Friday. Most of the intensity models bring this up to tropical storm strength, if not minimal hurricane strength, and there's nothing really to inhibit that, as the waters in this area are plenty warm enough, around 87 degrees, and the wind shear in the southern Gulf of Mexico is relatively low at 5 to 10 knots. So I don't see any problem with this intensifying, and as you can see, the models are still all over the place. The general consensus would bring it up somewhere in the central Texas coastline. Like I said, today the models were all clustered down in this area. The 12Z run moved them up into the southern Texas area, and now you can see the models are trending further north. Now, the reason for this is there's a high pressure system located over the southeastern United States, another one over the Texas Panhandle. Now, depending on the strength of these high pressure system, as we all know, the low pressure system reacts with the high pressure system and moves around the periphery of the high pressure system. So if the high pressure system is nosed further into the eastern Texas, then as you can see, the storm will continue moving on a west-northwest fashion into southern Texas or central Texas. If the high pressure system backs off a little bit more to the east and weakens slightly, then as you can see, the storm would take a turn more to the north into southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana, possibly somewhere around Galveston. At this point, it's anybody's guess, as the models don't really have a great handle on this, being that it doesn't have a closed low and it hasn't developed as of yet. So we'll still have to see. We'll have to watch this thing. And anybody in southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana, all the way down to the Mexican coastline should continue to keep a close eye on this, as the water temperatures in this area are very warm, and I see no reason for this thing not to develop once it enters the Gulf of Mexico sometime tonight. Landfall should be somewhere around Friday. The hurricane hunters are going into this system sometime tomorrow afternoon, so we should have a better handle on it at that time. To see what it's going to do and see if we have a depression actually forming. And the next system's name would be Don, so we'll see if we get Don somewhere in the southern Gulf of Mexico. And again, as this moves off to the west-northwest, at the very least, I believe here in southeast Texas we could get some very enhanced rainfall out of this sometime Friday into Saturday. But we definitely need to keep a close eye on this, as we know this time of year these systems definitely take a turn more to the north and into our area, and we don't want to be surprised. So everyone, keep a close eye on this. Keep checking back, and I'll keep updating as necessary. And I'll be updating tomorrow after the hurricane hunters makes their mission, and then we'll do an update and see what happens. So once again, you guys have a great afternoon. Keep up with this, and we'll keep updating you. And once again, this is Jeremy here at Extreme Weather Tracker. Hope you guys have a great evening.